Welcome back, adventurers. My name is Eli, the Game Master, and this is a good day to die.
You know,
I am Dungeon Daddy. This is Last we left off. By the way, the name of today's episode comes from one of our oldest fans, probably our only fan.
No, but not our only fans. Onlys?
Well, that depends on how much money he sends us. They. Tyrus! We appreciate the joke from last session so much, we named this episode after his joke, Grippli's, believe it or not. So, last we left off, the group had left Drimport. They had sailed across the bay over to Martrek. There they discovered that Martrek was occupied by Boggards. The Boggards had completely not taken over, but had occupied the city for the most part. From there, they went upstream to the birthing pools of Manzarek's home village. He had found out that he and several of the other Grippli villages had fallen, with only 2 remaining. The Boggards had been rebuffed from their previous attack and were preparing for yet another one. Into the Grippli village of Kakarikik. As they were sitting outside, Bongwater, Manzarek's uncle, decided that he was going to go get his Dinokairos, Lily. As Bongwater was about to leave, Manzarek couldn't stand to watch his uncle disappear into the gloom, never to be seen again, so he decided to go with him, accompanied by Dr. Tone. The 2 of them had left into the northern parts to find the Froghemoth. There, they found Lily. They did battle with several Boggard, liberating the giant dinosaur, and discovered that the entire area had been frozen over by some kind of magic spell to control the weather. What it could be, we don't know. The other group, the A-Team,
we know where
Gold Team rules! Had left to go infiltrate the Boggard camp. There they learned many things, like, holy crap, there's a lot of them, and this is really dangerous and far beyond our CR rating. Then, they had talked about moving into the village of Kakarikik and speaking to the head chiefess there and trying to decide what to do next. After the battle with Manzarek, who had reunited with his mother Muguera, they were getting ready for what may come after and the consequences of their battle with the Boggards. But we are going to put that on pause, and we're going to go ahead and move over to Team Perry, Damon, and Ragnar.
18. Well.
Our battle cry.
More like subpar. PAR. Perry.
What?
Go on, we're listening.
What else is there?
Amen.
It's like Amos and Ragnar.
I should have rehearsed it a couple of times in my head. But
The test audiences have determined that joke had no traction.
So we're gonna cut that part out.
You think he cuts that stuff out?
He cuts anything
Surprisingly, yes.
And we appreciate you.
Only the interesting things.
Yeah. Only the parts where I look like I'm dumb. Good thing I'm not editing on behalf
But not when
the
the
video.
Shane's just blurred out the entire time.
There's supposed to be a 5th player.
So, the 3 of you have gathered together outside the Boggard camp in the brush, kind of hunkering down, trying not to be noticed as you were coming up with the game plan of how you were going to approach the village of Kakarikik.
So Kakarikik is the elder Grippli, or the higher?
The higher up. They refer to themselves as the Krokala.
They're more like the noble of the
They
come from the actual tree themselves, right?
they proclaim they come from the life tree, which they believe is connected to the great tree, but not all Grippli believe that.
Did you this information to us?
I don't know if I did. I don't think I did.
I don't think you did.
I don't think so either.
You could roll knowledge local.
I do have knowledge. Let's see
one,
how we're
one,
gonna
one.
do
I would
today.
I would say before you tell me that I would say that knowledge on how Grippli society functions was be a DC 10, and knowing specifically this, I'm going to add a +5 to that, so it'd be a DC 15.
Nat 20.
14.
I just like to point out that was my first roll of the night. It will
mine's a
never happen
4.
again.
So, Perry, I imagine you're sitting there and you're kind of contemplating like how to approach the village, like what to say to them. As you're kind of like mulling it over in your head, you're like, okay, I'm the learned one, I'm the one that makes the decisions. I know Manzarek better than anybody. Damon, you have gleaned a lot over the time you have spent with Manzarek about Grippli society and what they do. You have heard them croaking and ribbiting about different things, and with everything that you have extrapolated from the past through conversations, you kind of piece it all together. And I'm going to say, like, you have been given the dots, and you have just somehow connected them perfectly. And so, like, as Perry is sitting there trying to mull it over what the village of Kakarikik are like, you just kind of are like, well, of course, they're like this.
I'm like, I'm sitting there looking at it with him, and all of a sudden I do this. And then nudge Perry, Perry, and I spill that.
Spill what? What are you spilling?
Talking about
Beans.
this particular village and their place in society.
Oh, so the people of Kakarikik, the Coca-Colas are
Not a sponsor,
but we could be.
but we could be.
Yes,
The Coca-Cola.
the people of Karaoke Village.
We're always down to sponsor the people that invented Santa Claus.
View themselves in this
Yes
sort of
and no.
way and basically regurgitate
The image up and not
everything
the
that he had didn't.
That he didn't.
That he had didn't.
Wow.
Well, I did that too.
The Dasani.
Yeah.
So I think our approach should be very deferential in nature. However, we do need to point out the extreme urgency of working together.
So if we let them know that the great tree might be in danger, it might push them, nudge them in the right direction.
Yeah, that's a good start. Would I know if Manzarek's name carries any weight?
You do know that Manzarek has more or less been ostracized from the majority of other Grippli villages because, firstly, most Grippli villages don't super get along with each other because they're just so different. And even in his village, he is kind of a pariah among his people. And so, like, probably nah.
What about his mother?
His mother, possibly. Because she is still highly respected among Grippli of her village and other villages for bringing the frog hemoth and bringing a time of peace.
So she's kind of like legendary.
In a way, like a living,
Okay.
like a living legend. So
Okay.
even she is respected among other chiefs, but they don't see her as a higher chief.
Okay.
I should.
I mean, you can make that argument if you'd like.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk to Bill.
I'm gonna duct tape his mouth shut. Just,
Ribbit, squeaking.
just grab a handful of tree sap. Just
Now your hand is stuck to his mouth.
That's
worth it.
how
Is
it
it?
should be. Gross.
Are there guards outside the entrance?
You have not approached the Kakariko.
We approached the.
Whoa, we approached the village. Sorry, I thought we were hiding in the bushes.
To my
outside the
understanding,
village.
No, you're hiding outside the You're hiding in the bushes outside of the Bogart camp.
Oh,
Let's stealth our way
to
the
my
Kakariki.
understanding, the person that was leading us there knows a way around the village to get to Kakariko, correct?
Stroke.
Zook. Yeah.
Zook.
Yeah.
Zuck.
Zook.
Is it Zuck?
It is. First name Mark. Last name Burke.
He's a loser person.
Second middle name Irv.
It was the second.
All right,
That
Zuck.
was-
Zuck, can you get us over? Let's go way around this place so we don't accidentally attract any attention, and let's go see the Kakarigan village.
So
I don't
what
think
we
you
would like to do
understand.
is avoid an alert from the boogers, and make our way stealthily to the village of Kakarikik. Can you lead us there? To the entrance. You don't have to go with us, I understand.
Yes, he says. I'm from Dendro. They're not super keen on dendrons.
Right, that's why you just lead us there, and then you can hide away.
Well, so yes, I could do that. I just want to tell you, they don't like Grippli from other villages. They're much less appreciative of outsiders
Mm-hmm.
from other places.
Well, it's a good thing we don't have any of those.
Yeah. Yeah, thank goodness. He says.
Why does he look very reluctant?
Oh, he said it should be a walk in the park. It's fine. We got this.
This will be the easiest
You're not there.
So,
I just pop out of the bush. He's lying.
This man chooses death.
Zuck kind of like, very well, if this is what you want, I'll take you as close as I can. So Zuck begins to lead you. I would like everybody to roll me a stealth roll that is involved.
We're making a very wide berth. Did I mention that?
What did you roll? Why are you rolling over there?
I rolled a 0.
I did that on my first birthday.
Gonna make me roll a stealth. Sure.
Mhm.
Let's do this.
Can I give them each a +5?
Nat 8.
So,
So
a
a
2.
2?
So a 4.
Oh.
No, so 6.
I rolled a 5 and
Giggling
got a
at-
0, so.
They didn't give you enough credit.
It's fine.
So you got a what?
6
Okay.
total.
18.
Cool.
34.
Neat.
Can we take the average?
Borrow some of that.
23 for
Nice.
Zuck.
I liked how that just kind of.
Yeah.
It just was.
So Zuck is surprisingly stealthy. It seems even on his home turf. Oh, I'm sorry, that's even higher. Because he is in the swamp. Yeah. What did I say, 23?
Yeah.
25.
Oh.
So with a 25, he is surprisingly stealthy, reappearing every so often to make sure you two know where to go. At some point, he does stop you, and he's like, "Is there anything we can do about that?"
Why'd he stop?
You don't see neither of them.
Oh, okay.
You can try to roll his perception if you'd like.
I'm not gonna bother.
Not for long enough. We
Let's
can.
get ahead of them a little bit.
We could stuff them with branches. Cover them with mud.
He starts poking you in the mouth with a stick.
What's he doing?
Hey, don't worry about it. And I pick up a scoop of mud, and I'm like,
Roll a disguise check.
over your shiny armor.
It's not my armor.
I have not rolled above a 10 in 2 weeks.
Oh, is this not for me? To
No.
roll a disguise? Okay.
11.
Better than your roll for stealth.
So, because it is higher than his roll, I will give you a +2 to your stealth, cranking it up to an 8.
Nice.
Why am I covered in this?
This is a stealth mission.
Why am I covered in this? So help me if he hits me with that again. I'm gonna turn
You're being
it
too
down.
loud. You're gonna get us discovered. Do your best to not be so clanky. Do you have any oil?
Stop hitting me. Stop hitting me.
Good.
Yeah, good.
I feel like we're closer now.
Yeah.
I mean emotionally.
Closer to
We've created a
danger.
bond
Oh.
that only a tongue can create. So, you begin heading through the woods. As you do so, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
I'm gonna use the die from Pablo Garbanzo. Hey, thank you, Pablo. What was that? What kind of check was that?
That's perception.
25.
With a 25, as you begin moving through the trees, right, you take that moment to like get up next to the trunk of a tree and you're just kind of like leaning up against it, and you've done this probably half a dozen times already, waiting for them to catch up, right? You are moving very stealthily through the brush, or at least very stealthily for somebody your size. Moving quietly is not something that's new to you. You and the other people of the Lothario mountain range are used to quietly moving into an encampment at night if you needed to, or sneaking up onto a creature that doesn't need to know you're coming for it. So this is nothing new to you, but being in the swamp is a little taxing. It's a little difficult, and it is slowing you down. As you are waiting, mainly for Damon, to catch up, you, out of the corner of your eyes, it looks as if the tree itself shifts and moves. And you, as you look up, see a Grippli walking across the branches with an arrow knocked into a bow as he begins walking towards Damon. It seems that he has seen him, but has not seen you. As you kind of like, and you scan the area, you see probably half a dozen of them in different locations once you start looking for them, approaching both Ragnar and Damon.
With that perception, about how long do I have to react? Do you think? Do I need a sense motive? Or is it
What do you mean to react? Depends on how you want to react.
I would-
If you want to attack them, yeah, you can do that right now.
No. I want to like levitate up the tree quietly,
Mm-hmm.
like levitate so that it doesn't create noise,
Mhm.
and kind of be at their level,
Mhm.
and in Grippli.
Real quick, while you're mulling that over, because you are actively doing something now, roll me a second stealth check. Oh.
33.
33?
Oh no, it's 2 points lower.
The Gripplies are sneaking up on your friends, and you're like, what are we looking at? Ah!
I get my new bow. I'm like, all right, guys, what do we? All right, sorry, David.
You got like a paper mache frog head, and you're just like,
He's gone native.
big googly eyes.
Man's there. He's so proud.
He's like a Muppet now.
They're like, kill the outsiders, kill the outsiders. And you're just like, kill the outsiders.
I was really thinking of the boar head off of Demon Slayer for a moment with the frog head, and he said pepper mache, and I'm like, nope.
But the eyes still are kind of like this, though.
A little wonky.
So, you levitate up the tree silently.
And kind of like Rangers of the Crocala. Rangers of the Crocala.
So you actively attempt to get their attention.
Yeah.
In a moment, in a split moment, they all spin and aim at you. 3 of them have arrows. The other 3 have blow dart guns.
I'm dead.
And they like immediately seize on you. One of them walks towards you, right? When you look at him, he very clearly is different from the other Grippli of the Dendro tribe. With the Dendro are a green and yellow color. These guys are like a dark black with bright yellow stripes on them that stick out in a very like brilliant way from the tops of their eyebrow ridge over their head, from the tips of their fingers to the back of their arm, as they aim towards you with their heads tilted and they begin to approach you. And something else that strikes you is the color of their eyes, which are these bright blue colors. He says, "Stop!" He says, "What are you doing here? Who are you?"
We come with a warning that the Bogard will be approaching soon.
"It's a trick," another one says. "A trap the Bogards have sent. He's in disguise."
No, disguise. No. I know you're not friends with them, but the other Grippli tribes have been in danger, and it's only a moment of time before they make their way to Kakariki.
"They have already attacked us once. We fought them off. We can do it again."
Have you seen how large their numbers are?
"We outnumber them still. We are hundreds." "You
And what about the Great Tree?
You speak of the great tree. Hold your tongue, or we'll shoot you for blasphemy."
I just wouldn't wish any ill will toward it. We are only here to help the Grippli as a whole.
Roll me that beautiful diplomacy.
Did you roll 1?
No.
Thank God. We would die now.
And
Oh, wow.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check. The DC has lowered by 5 to be able to notice this conversation going on.
I really put some points in that. Yes.
it's only the most
16.
rolled.
16?
18.
18?
What dice can spell me next?
So you both do notice. You hear the chattering and the croaking. It's low, and it almost bleeds into the ambience of the swamp because there are, like, real frogs there. However, you have been with Manzarek long enough that you know what the Grippli language sounds like. And so you both kind of freeze, and as you're like, where is that? You look up, and you do see them confronting Perry. You see 3 of them turn and look at you as they shift and aim. They begin to slowly move across the trees, jumping from limb to limb with great agility as they're slowly surrounding you.
I hold up my shield. I don't hold up my sword. And I go, do I see Perry?
You do.
Okay. Perry? Little help here.
I'm trying. We are companions with the son of Maguera.
Muguera. They look at each other. Muguera has several children. Dozens.
I understand.
Millions. Tadpoles everywhere.
And we also understand that Kometamora has gone missing. We truly are here to help.
Roll me one more diplomacy.
Purple or clear?
Clear.
Roll them both and take the highest.
Okay.
Double that.
Nat 20.
Why would you say that?
You allowed it.
He said it. He said it. It's
Nah.
on tape.
Roll again. We're not doing both.
I didn't
No.
Can I take
I
the
was
lower?
joking.
I take the lower.
Reroll. I have but faith in you. Just one. See? It all works
I'm
out.
at 20 though. I didn't give you any time to take that back.
No!
It's a 22.
Do note, our DM lies to us.
He lied. Laura, he lied.
I have warned you about speaking blasphemies. The other one says, but he knows the ancient words. He speaks the Grippli tongue. He says the Bogards are clever. He says we must at least take him to the village. We must at least introduce him to your Tala.
Is there a way I can prove I'm not a boggart in disguise?
We will take you to your Tala. She will judge.
Okay.
As they begin to surround you two, one of them keeps a bead on you as the other two come down off of the trees.
I need to do a sense move.
Damon and Ragnar, can you please keep your hands in the air and follow us?
Like you just don't care.
I might care a little
it's
bit.
a 17 sense motive.
17 sense motive.
Mm-hmm.
As they begin to make their way down, you feel like if they were going to attack you, they would have already. with them conversating with Perry, and you see the one looking back and forth and kind of like checking with the other Grippli about what he has said. You feel like Perry has probably talked you out of this, whatever is going on.
Okay.
He's going on to a
You
better
might
place.
want to make sure that Zuck is able to get away.
I don't think they've noticed this one.
Please make sure that he doesn't get caught. I don't want
Yeah,
anything to
me.
happen to the little guy.
He's yelling for him to hand over his weapons.
Put my phone in the bag.
What
This
if,
is gonna be fun.
what if we just tied their hands together? They're very heavy weapons that are very difficult to travel with through the swamp. And they're obviously capable of it. I'm not bluffing like I don't want them. I know he can't. So,
Nobody
can they?
knows that.
I'll tie mine too. That's fine.
Gag
What,
him,
diplomatize
gag him.
or
They go to tie your hands.
Oh.
Nat 20.
all right.
Never before have you seen such knot tying skills.
Oh, that was impressive.
The legend of Grippli knot tying will go down in the annals of history.
Like, I am clearly impressed. Like,
Can you untie this and it's like one string?
Is that a quadruple Windsor monkey knot?
it's a,
The overhead Eagle Fisher bow tie?
Hell would be money.
Your turn.
Oh boy.
These Eagle Scouts in here.
10.
solid.
I mean, I don't fight it.
Not a bad knot.
Not?
Not.
It's a very
At
average
all.
knot. And 19. Solid knot. As they tie your hands, they immediately begin to take your items off of you.
I back away.
Dude,
My hands are up in the air, but I back away.
I just grinned.
They draw their arrows aggressively. Roll me that sense motive again.
Do I need to?
It's up to you.
I feel like you know.
14.
With a 14, you feel like you're about to get shot.
This is the way.
This is the way.
You don't have it. Never mind. Do you have that?
I have it.
Oh. This feels like it shouldn't be here. Just put that back.
That would have been
So
funny.
help me, Perry, if I don't get my sword back. I'm feeding you to them.
One takes its shield.
That's what I figured. I don't attempt to help them up.
I laugh. I find it funny.
They take the sword. They start taking any.
I give a warning. Do I know about the pain? No.
Nobody
Okay.
knows that I can't get rid of it.
So as they begin to take your items, I will say this out loud. They take your backpacks, handy haversacks, bags, whatever you carry your items in. They take that from you, but do not pilfer through it. They do remove any blatantly obvious weapons, daggers, swords,
Sword and shield.
crossbows. When they reach over and they take your axe, they go to pull it off of your back, right? As they do so, you take 3 points of non-lethal damage as they pull it away from you, and it pulses through you just being away from it. Just they like stop as like the axe just hits the ground. They look at Ragnar as I assume you wince or react in some way. What is wrong with him?
I don't know.
Another 2.
I take an involuntary step toward them because I see that something's obviously happening.
Ragnar, what's wrong?
I don't know.
5 more.
I step between them and the axe at that point.
Can you ask them to stop for a moment?
They're holding it.
Yeah, but I don't.
Yeah,
I
but he
don't-
said he stepped between them, so I mean,
Is there a way you can get
I just
him
put my
the
hand on it.
back?
like you reach out.
Yeah, I just put my hand on it. Like I don't grab it. I just put my hand on it.
He like tries to move away, but the axe is like a solid percentage of his body weight. So as you touch it, he stops and looks down. What is happening?
Could I do?
You could do knowledge arcana.
Knowledge Arcana, yeah.
Do I have to do knowledge arcana?
You don't have to, but you can if you want.
I really do. So 18
17.
I rolled a 12.
So, without knowing the specifics of the curse, you recognize a curse. This axe is bound to Ragnar. And for any 6 seconds of time that it is away from him, it begins to slowly drain his energy from him and begins to siphon his life force.
Harry, the axe needs to stay with him.
I know, I rolled one higher than you.
Okay. I still say it. I don't know that you don't know.
What? Weird flex, but okay.
I didn't know this. The tall one, the one with the axe.
These guys are 3 feet
Yeah,
tall.
they're all 6 feet tall.
They're just like the tall one. So not you.
Yes, exactly.
But even then, also kind of you.
He seems to be cursed with that axe and is going to possibly die if it's not attached to his person. He's bound to it. 22.
They carry cursed objects, one says. But he is in pain. It could be a trick. We will keep a close eye on him. He says, but this is what I have decided. He straps the axe back to you. He can't use it with his hands tied anyway.
If only you knew what they
Rage.
That means we have to do that.
I'm about to Houdini rage out of this.
Houdini want this axe in their face.
What? No.
So,
It's a knee slapper.
Not your knee.
they place the axe back onto your back, right? Back on the back. They move you forward. They press their tiny little arrows into either the back of your thigh or the low of your back, trying to get you to go. And they begin to herd you in a direction, and you do not see Zuck anywhere.
Good.
Yeah. You can try to look for him with a perception check if you'd like, but if you ain't worried about it.
I'm confident that he is well hidden.
I try to look.
Okay.
And I fear that looking for him will actually give him away, so I leave that.
Yeah, why are you gonna give him away?
Who said I was gonna give him
Bye,
away?
Zuck!
Give him away now. Nope. Nat 1.
So do they. So you kind of are like, Zuck, Zuck. And you see him talking to one of the guards. Zuck, what do we do?
They're completely different.
They
They don't
that
even
one-
look the same.
3
That
feet
one
tall. They
is
got a mouth that
also
can eat 'em.
named Zug.
Wow.
This doesn't bode well for the name
But
of
they
racist.
they also rolled a nat 1, and so he's like, Zuck. And it's like, what? It's like, I am Zuck. No, you're not. What? So everyone, in a confused stupor, begin to head towards the village.
That describes our gaming group pretty good.
Kakarikik.
Let's go to Kakarot.
As you go to Kakarikik,
Speaking of Coca-Cola.
you move through, and you probably travel for about a mile. Not very far. It feels much farther than that because you're wading through difficult terrain for the most of it. Yeah, just swamp, muck, trench foot, mosquitoes, malaria, yellow fever. As you begin
It's a good
to,
time.
hey, it's Tennessee. As you begin to make your way into the swamp deeper and deeper, it finally begins to open up. And when I say open up, I mean fewer shrubs and small trees. But you do see these towering trees that reach high above the canopy that you had previously walked through. As you move into this area, you almost didn't see it at first. It's almost like, oh, there's a door on that tree. oh, that's a thatch roof. And you begin to look around, and then you realize that you are walking into a whole village. As you step in, there are several huts on the ground, but each one of these huts are built up on stilts, standing about 5 to 6 feet off of the ground. And then, as you look up into the trees, you see several huts formed and built into the trees. You have heard stories, especially you, of like elves and their forests and their magic trees where they have shifted and shaped the trees themselves to occupy living space. This isn't the case here. They have built platforms and roofs and doors and windows in all of these areas. You see lines strewn from tree branch to tree branch with fish hanging off of them. You see several Grippli kind of moving and looking out as this small party begins to take you into the village of Kakarikik. As they move you in through this village, you begin kind of like examining everything, and as far as villages go, it is sizable, but it's not huge. You can't see the outer parts of it, but as you move into it just a ways, you do see the birthing pools that have been mentioned before. These birthing pools start small out first, and then they extend out into larger pools before you. You see towers that rise up around them with massive stones and rock that have platforms built in a spiral, rising up probably about 30 feet high. You see Grippli occupying this area and looking down at you as you begin to walk past these birthing pools. As you do so, you see a massive hut on the far side. This hut is built into a giant turtle shell. This turtle shell, again, he's like, yeah, I know. Duh, that's what I told you. This turtle shell is raised off of the ground on the same stilts as the other, but with a kind of skirt all the way around it, completely covering the base of it, so you can't see those stilts. The shells in the squares, the kind of like the plates that make up the shells, are painted in different colors, in different whites, blues, reds, and yellows, giving it a vibrant color. But they seem dulled and kind of faded with time and the elements. You see handprints all along the side of the shell, of different sizes and different shapes, that dot it in different colors, that run from the entrance, the opening, which has been formed into a curtained entrance, all the way around. It also has spikes and pikes all around the edge of it that make it look almost like a fortress as you begin walking towards this turtle shell. This turtle shell, to give you kind of an idea of how large it is about 60 feet from entrance to end. So as you begin to approach this, the stairs leading up to it, the Grippli stand at the entrance holding these massive spears, looking down at you as they open the curtains for you to step into this area. By the way, if y'all want to do anything during this time, you're more than welcome to.
I think silence is best, probably.
I do have a question. So the Manzarek's village's birthing pool was separate from their village.
Yes.
Whereas this birthing pool is here in this village.
Correct.
Would I know if there's some sort of significance, or is it just... is there anything I can deduce from that?
You can either roll me knowledge local or knowledge religion.
Knowledge local.
Or wisdom, to remember.
23.
And that's local?
Mm-hmm.
So with the knowledge local of 23, you know that the other birthing pools are set away from the village in secluded area for safety, because these villages attracted boggards. Any heavy concentration of Grippli would attract raiding parties of boggards, and boggards love the birthing pools of Gripplis.
Grippli soup.
Correct. However, because the Krokala are so powerful and numerous, they've kept their birthing pools in their village to protect them actively. They see where other Grippli see the birthing pools as a sacred site, to only be visited for that reason, for that purpose. The Krokala are like, our next generation are so important. We protect them here, and this is our sacred site. We are the chosen.
Okay.
Kind of thing. They see themselves higher than most other
Different
Grippli.
mindset
Correct.
from other Grippli. Okay.
But they are the unique ones. They are the only ones that do this.
Okay.
As you step up this ramp into the curtain of the turtle shell, the first thing that hits you when you step in, it seems like you have developed sensory adaptation from the swamp that you had just left. The smell of decay and marsh and muck and blech fade away when you are hit with a wall of incense. Smoke billows out from this hut, the shell. As you step into it, you see curtains strewn about with several different types of creature comforts that you would expect from a primal tribe like this. Decorations of skulls and bones, wood carvings and fetishes, herbs and things hanging from the roofs, with only a few torches illuminating the inside, giving it a dull red and purple glow. On the far side, you see a massive throne made out of a combination of driftwood and bone. The ceiling of this is probably 10 feet high, and this throne almost touches the ceiling. That's how high it raises up. Sitting on this throne, you see a Grippli, no bigger than the other Grippli that you've seen, or maybe even a little smaller than the other Grippli. But she wears a heavy headdress that runs down, that runs down the length of her back and drapes over her shoulders. This headdress is adorned with several bright feathers, as well as the same combination of herbs and bones and fetishes as everything else that decorate. Beads strewn on leather straps and things like that. As she turns her head, you hear them jangle and rustle. The rest of her body is adorned with strange primal rings, bracelets, bracers. She wears almost like a cloak about her body that's made from probably the hide of some kind of creature. And she has a staff that is crooked and twisted, and it looks almost like it's still living. Like it's not just a stick she picked up, but a living branch in her hand with foliage that is still growing off of it. It is covered in heavy moss with what looks to be a ram skull in it that the roots have grown over and are holding as a headpiece. You see Grippli standing to either side of her as she looks over all of you. They walk you up. They all immediately grab you, and not physically capable, you dropped
without even
yes,
like recognizing what this is. I'm like as low as I possibly can.
They try to take you to a knee.
I assume they want us to bow.
Yeah, that's yep.
You on a knee?
I take a knee.
What sets her apart from the other Grippli, aside from her attire, is the black of her skin has faded into an off gray, and the bright gold streaks have kind of turned into a dull yellow to portray her age. As she looks down at all of you, and her eyes, rather than the blue that they all share, are a bright gold. But when she looks down at all of you, it seems like the pupils, the slits of her eyes, look almost a faded white color as she looks down at all of you. She turns her head to one of the Grippli, and you hear him explain why he still has his axe. She turns to look at all of you again. "Why are you all here?" she says in common.
That's surprising.
We come bringing a message and hope for help.
Help. Message.
You've got a boggart problem.
I have no problem, and you are not in a position to explain what I do and do not have, human.
Forgive him. He knows not his place.
You will address me as the Green Speaker.
Yes, the Madam, the Green Speaker. We are simply concerned that the Grippli, and of course the most sacred of the Grippli, the highest of the Grippli, can help this whole area, and even in doing so protect the Evertree.
Is it called the Evertree?
It is.
It is now, is that what he said?
Roll me diplomacy.
Yay.
Plus 10. Plus 6. 21.
That's an interesting position you've put me in.
A tie?
Who has the higher diplomacy?
It's not diplomacy.
Oh.
The DC is set by other thing.
You know little of our ways. You speak from a place of humility in hopes of gaining something. But you speak the truth, don't you?
I do. I know that we are nothing. The rest of the Grippli are nothing without your aid. And your great warriors and rangers.
Why are you so interested in helping the Grippli? Why are clean-footed outsiders, humans like yourself, interested in the affairs of my people and our sworn enemies?
Green Speaker, I am not well versed in speaking with those in leadership positions. That is not my training. I was trained as a soldier. However, I do know that when one shares a common enemy, that one bonds with even those who you might find unlikable or unwelcome. Our purpose here is at a cross point where we share a common enemy. Our enemy has joined with your enemy. We have learned things about, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that name, what we know as the Froghemoth. We know that they have done something to render it absent, yeah. We also know that there have been many raids by boggards, more than usual, on the surrounding villages. And I imagine that you've had to fight off many such raids as well. We have seen a boggart camp not far from here where they're holding many of your fellow countrymen hostage. There was nothing we could do. They numbered in the hundreds. And I think you can only hold them off so long before they start to run over everyone in the area. Our purpose is to try and unite the Grippli so that they can drive the boggards from this country and restore the peace that was here. We also have companions who are trying to find out what happened with the Froghemoth. We have not heard anything from them yet, but we hope to hear from them soon. Our aim is not conquest. Our aim is not subjugation. I understand that we are not welcome. But again, there's a saying among humans that the enemy of my enemy can become my friend. Green Speaker, we seek, even just temporarily, to be friends. And then once we have been able to free your people from the threat of the boggards, we will leave in peace.
Roll me diplomacy. The DC is 12.
Nice. Don't you'll get it.
I know it.
Now one!
Called it. And he's gonna get a 3. It's fine.
So that's why he thinks he's hitting his head with that one. He's like,
All right, 19.
his voice is cracking the entire time. Oops.
She bangs her staff on the wooden platform that the throne sits. We are not fellow Grippli with any of the other tribes. We are part of the great tree that unites us. We have rebuffed boggards in the past. This is no different. They meet us at our doors, and we will fight them off. The Death Touch are the only Grippli that are left, and we deal not with them in their hidden coves of the swamp. But she points her staff at you. You hear the beads rattle on it as she does so. You speak plainly and you speak the truth. So tell me, if this is true, everything that you have said, what do you want us to do about it? March out to fight the boggards in the marshes?
Not exactly. Draw their attention into an area where your great rangers can do what they do best.
A trap.
An ambush.
A decoy. Because the threat that's uniting the boggards against you is coming from beneath the great tree.
You hear them all begin to kind of like shudder, and this deep rolling starts to fill the air.
Has there been something off? You are one with the tree. You speak to the tree. He speaks to you. Has there been anything different in the last two weeks or so?
She goes to stand. The guard reaches out to a sister. She waves the staff at him as she raises up. She kind of makes her way down the step, just using the staff to like aid her. She walks up to you three. You will no longer speak of the great tree, of what it can do, or what has been happening to it. This is not something outsiders speak of. But let us see what the tree thinks of you. She reaches out to touch your forehead.
I'm just kind of, my eyes are crossing as I look up.
You may attempt to resist this if you'd like.
No.
It is your
I'll let it happen.
destiny.
Oh my god.
You two see this. You do not see this. The staff begins to emanate this green pulse, and you can even feel the thrum of magic coming off of it. All of you being sensitive to magic in one way or another. Some of you more so. As it begins to thrum and pulse, you don't see or feel this. You are taken from where you sit. You see the world around you begin to shift past you. You see trees running by. You see these massive rolling plains with rocks. You see tribes of orcs. You see the Lothaриan mountain range. And then you see a tree. Massive. And rising up to the sky without being able to see the tops, and clouds amongst its branches and leaves. You've heard of it. You've never seen it before. But you are seeing the great tree for the first time. You see suddenly the ground beneath you shoot up. Darkness engulfs you, and you see a root system pulsing and reaching out like so many hands in through the entire earth. As it does so, it goes down, and you see this cavern. hewn stone and dark. Your vision is narrowed where you can only make out directly what's in front of you, unable to see anything but the flagstone ground, the roots reaching from the hewn stone of the roof and gripping down the walls. You see a man, human, with long hair and a beard and kind of a burgundy cloak, his head down, and he seems to be meditating on this kind of throne, like a stone throne without cushion or pillow or anything. His head is down, and as his head is down, his eyes suddenly open, and he looks up as if he can see you. The ground shifts deeper, rolling up over you and into another section. As it does so, you see a tall, lithe figure reaching up and touching the roots. It's feminine in its build, with long platinum hair and two long ears that stick out to either side, leaving you to believe that this is an elf of some kind. As she lays her hand on the roots, you see a ram, larger than a war horse, standing next to her. As she stops, turns and looks at you, and you see that black ichor rolling from her eyes. She tilts her head, acknowledging you, as she says, "Damon," in that very familiar voice. You are suddenly brought back as you are jolted to the ground. You see the shaman drop to her knees as the guards run to her aid, lifting her up. He speaks the truth. The tree is in peril. How did you know this?
I'm on my back, and my heart's racing, and I kind of pushed myself up as best as I could, because it told us. And what has happened in the humans society. Oh. Did you see what I saw? Did you see it? Did you see the blackness? The black blood?
She looks to the other Grippli as they're kind of like, what the hell is going on, right? In common, in like the most common she can muster, she says, "This is an extension of the tree. It is hewn from the very roots that run beneath our village, where we derive our strength and what surrounds our birthing pools. That is why we have them here. The tree is connected to every inch of this planet, and it extends through its root system. I have seen the black blood. I have seen what it's capable of. It's been in my dreams. I know of the man beneath the tree, the mad dreamer. He has spoken to me, has warned me of this."
Who is he?
"I don't know.
Who is the elf?"
I am uncertain." She shakes her head. "But if you know these things, then you are connected to it, same as we are." "Fine," she says. "If this is connected, and this is the only way, then tell us, what do we need to do?" And we will go ahead and shift to the other group.
That's what you
Phase
shift?
one.
Thanks, what do we do?
There's a conversation that I need to have.
I feel like running away is the first thing we do, and then we can have that conversation.
Oh yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
No run away.
Don't run away.
You hold on, Boggarts. We have to catch up.
No, I'm not fighting the rest of the
Over
boggers.
here.
Chicken.
Yeah.
But what?
Yeah. You eaten frog legs
Some good
before?
role
They
play.
taste like chicken. I'm fine with this. I need to leave.
I'm still invested in the story.
They're delicious.
Got chills.
That
We should read those shrimp cookout.
Do it.
What is it?
Are you cool?
Like down in Louisiana.
You a cold boy?
Crossroads?
Not your
Yeah,
typical-
like shrimp bowls.
Yeah.
You want my sword?
You want my pants?
I do.
Take them off.
You just fold them neatly, and you're like, yeah.
These are mine now.
I haven't passed this to the lady.
That is the second time I've seen Berta take off an article of clothing and hand it to another human being.
I was the
Because
first.
if we're turning up the heat, I don't need it.
Right.
He has 3 more shirts.
I have 2. He's not
Thank
getting
you
the
very
last
much.
one without changing the rating of the stream.
I forgot that when I left my house, I was like, oh shoot, we're changing it to Mondays. And it came hopefully prepared.
That is what a 2X looks on you, by the way.
Yep. It's fine. It's totally cool.
You look like that
I've also
shirt
had
you
that
got me.
sweater for a while.
That shirt you got me, it kind of looks like that.
The 4X.
Oh, yeah.
That is warm though.
Starts me well, it's cold today.
Lots pulled this one out of the car, and she's like, "Oh, you mean my jacket?" And I'm like, I'm borrowing it.
Have you seen this series of shorts that he's walks in, he's got a hoodie, and she's like, "Is that a new hoodie?" He's like, "No, this isn't a new hoodie. You can't have this." Cuts to her looking at him, and then cuts back to him. The hoodie's gone. He's like, "Bitch!" And then cuts to her, and she's
Hey,
like,
Eli, I don't appreciate you pulling up the map, sir.
What?
I don't want to fight anymore. I'm tired of digging holes, Daddy.
Well, that's too damn bad.
We need to leave.
As a matter of fact, that's exactly where you were.
That's pretty darn close to it, yeah?
Yeah.
That is exactly where you were.
Well, it can't be exactly because
No, you
I'm
were
not
off the
on
map.
there.
Yeah, you weren't off the map. You were off the map.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, it was. He got booted.
Where am I?
He is.
I'm sorry, I did move you.
He is on the other side of his mother. I hope he. Well, he might have another mother. I don't know how far
He does
apart
have a
it is.
brother
From
A
another
lot of
mother.
brothers.
from the same.
Ah, gotcha.
A lot of brothers from the same mother and sisters.
I mean, most of them are dead.
What? Oh,
That's the way I like.
I thought you were meaning in real life. I was like,
No,
whoa.
no. No.
Okay.
Oh gosh, I lost track of the mouse, the cursor. I was like, "Eh."
It's
right
over
there.
here.
Did you
I
hear that
found
Jimmy
it.
died the
It's
other
right
day? Yeah, that
right there.
sucks. Anyways,
You guys
I thought you were telling me news about somebody we both know, and I was like, I'm sorry. Way to drop that right now.
hey Max, one of your closest friends, you hear
Yeah.
about him? He died.
I got that.
Anyways, let's go play this role playing game.
And there's Eli just sitting there like, ugh.
Eli's dead.
He's your closest friend?
Not closest.
No. So actually, I haven't talked to him in
You're not his
probably
closest
5
friend.
years.
I mean, Berta, I would say is his closest friend right now.
Wow.
I don't know. We're pretty close.
He's
Yeah,
certainly
but
on
friends.
Oh.
You are closer to Max, but
I mean, the saying does go, keep your friends close to your enemies closer.
See, Max loves me.
Fucking cat.
You're not a
He's,
giver to
he's
me.
like, I know.
so, as you were like trying to get all this together, right, and just trying to get, you had just defeated several Bargard brutes, 2 Bargard rangers, and the Bargard Beastmaster that was piloting Lily, the Dinokairos. As Moguera stepped up, she used a spell to calm the beast, just enough that Bongwater can proceed to calm it the rest of the way and turn it to friendly, because the Dinokairos seems very upset about what is going on. You hear him talking to her as he's reaching up, and she seems to recognize him, dipping her massive head down and smelling the air around him as he begins to speak to her in Grippli, even singing kind of a croaking song to her. Moguera turns and looks at you, Manzarek, and she says, "What are you doing here?"
We need to leave now.
"We can't leave."
We have to. Uncle, grab Lily. We have to go.
"I'm working on it."
Is that his voice?
Right now it is.
He jumps the pothead facade.
Hey have you seen this thing? It's a giant duck bird. All ducks are birds. Duck lizard is what I meant to say.
All in character.
That's good, man.
You ever been so high you accidentally made sense? She said, our village is in shambles and our people are to be either sold or sacrificed, and there is one thing that can save them, and I am here to get it. She says, why are you here?
I came to, well, specifically here, keeping Uncle alive. I am here because Mutabaran is in danger, and I am on my way to see it.
What do you mean?
I begin explaining the Black Blood.
You
Just a little bit.
You get probably 6 seconds into it.
Okay.
As you hear the snow crunching, let's go ahead and move this map up.
I'm hearing a bunch of croaking, and I'm just like,
We need to leave. We are not that close. They're gonna have to come to us. Not
That
to
is
them.
exactly where you were. Maybe.
No, I think
maybe.
he's saying to the cave.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
There's no way we're that close because I said
Yeah, the tree line is here, and the fires were just on the edge.
Because I said I was 250 feet away from the entrance of the
And
cave.
I moved you as far as I could. And battle has brought you this close. Work with me, man!
I don't want to. I want to give them time to have to come to me.
I think you're about to get shot.
Is it just the big guy?
Hey there, Mr. Sandman.
So, as you begin to argue with your mother, it's only in that moment when you look back and you see the other Boggard are gone. There is only the one standing there. Allow me to describe him to you in great
As I
detail.
load my crossbow into the
I load my crossbow into the cannon.
crossbow cannon.
He has this chest plate made of sparkling black scales. He has that Polynesian sword, the wooden paddle with the obsidian down the length of it. Not the Aztecian or the Mesoamerican, but the Polynesian one. And if I say something politically incorrect, it's completely out of accident. Anyway, trying to be as accurate as possible. He stands at the mouth of the cave looking at all of you as you speak, and he calls out in common to all of you. As he says, Grippli scum! It echoes.
I'm not a Grippli, I reply back.
He
Because
says,
I'm specifically trying to get him to talk to me while they figure out the whole Lily situation.
Roll me
Diplomacy, he says.
an intimidate.
Oh, sure, yeah, I got that.
Or a bluff, either one.
Can you switch out my
Sure.
raptor for another raptor?
Yeah.
A smaller raptor?
Smaller raptor, because he would not be that size anymore.
He's over here.
Or bluff, you said. Both +3, 11 ZC.
He would have had the time to go over next to you
Oh,
if you
that's
want him to. Okay. So Rayato's chilling out next to you. What was it? 11?
I have no ranks in that stuff.
Yeah, he seems unbothered by you. He tilts his head looking at you, right? He says, Moguera and her prodigy. Oh, what a wonderful opportunity to kill you. Bombrak will pay handsomely for your head.
Bombrak is dead.
Moguera, looks at him and then looks at you, and that looks like news to her. Like, when you say Bombrak is dead, she's like, yeah, what are you on about? He says, you are as mistaken as you are pathetic. Bombrak lives. He is the herald to the priest king. We are not leaving, she says.
I perception check to see if there's anybody else, or the other Grippli, not the Boggart, have moved into a position of ambush.
Okay. You want me to tell you the DC or just tell you what you see?
I will.
Nah, I'll just tell you what you see, because there are layers. 23.
I can
I also rolled a 23.
21.
No, I'm sorry. The DC was 22.
Was it?
So, 23. That is a high perception.
Also, dark vision 120, if that matters.
In the daytime?
Well, into the cave.
The mouth of the cave is open. It is.
Sure.
Yeah, it has a canopy,
I could
but
go any. That was what like visualized and pictured.
there was.
I'm not like there.
So everybody gets the pleasure of hearing him go. "Ah." We can't see him, but I'm sure that's real funny stuff.
Yeah. No. Not.
We're here to tell you, it's not. You don't see the Bogart. You do, however, see footprints, and they have retreated back into the cave. So you know they haven't left the area, but they are not in the immediate vicinity. This guy stands alone. Your mother takes her bow and extends it out and just aims it towards him. Just the bow.
So as someone who's out of the loop, who are you?
Tell your pet to be silent. I speak to Morguera. Or, in extension, her prodigy. Bongwater says, I want nothing to do with this.
I'm with you. I'll go over to Bombard and start helping.
He is not a pet. He is a friend. He will be treated with respect.
Surprisingly used to become pet.
On the flip side, who the hell are you?
My name is Zigar. I have been put in charge of putting blah 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 blah.
Sorry.
Hearts don't go blah blah
Blah,
blah.
blah, blah, blah.
It's a serious plight that affects the swamp.
I have been put in charge of keeping Chimera Mora here in her pit where she belongs. Morguera looks at him and then looks at you.
Why is it snowing?
We have control of the very environment. We can do as we please. We are chosen by the Frog Mother herself and given these powers.
Knowledge the planes of the Frog Mother? Or wasn't that DC significantly high?
It'd be knowledge religion.
Okay.
No.
Should I roll? Should I just let it be?
Roll one.
No, totally not. Don't worry about it. It's totally a 1.
Did you roll the second time?
No, I rolled a 5 the second time. An 8 total.
So you, that one,
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, so you believe that it's what Dom worshipped? When Dom worshipped the frog mother, it was like, she is the kindest, most wonderful frog being there ever was.
The mother of frogs.
Loves
Not the aberration of the 9 hells. Got it. So he says that, I'm like, wait. You're a chosen of the mother of frogs?
oh yeah,
The peaceful one with the daisies?
Sorry for taking that from you.
go get, no, I like it. I was going to invert her name and come up with a bunch of bullcrap, but no, I like that better.
What? You frog people are so weird.
That's what.
Gogunta. Gogunta.
Where did your swamp seers get such power?
We draw it from the very essence of the swamp itself. We are the chosen, and you are not. A blight in the southern portion of the swamp that has been taken from our rightful birthplace. We will see you purged from this land if it's the last thing we do.
I do not like violence. But if that is what you are asking for, I will bring it to it.
Your mother looks at you, right? She says, "Is this what you've decided, son?"
I still think we need to leave.
Dr. Tone's just like, yeah. We're fighting, right?
I suddenly have
starts juggling.
I have 5 bombs, and you're like, what?
You're suddenly one of those bartenders that are just like, I'm ready for it.
Oh no! Because he makes those, 6 seconds.
Oh yeah, like this has to happen now. I'm sorry. Like I have chosen this for us.
I would rather leave, but if we must fight, we will.
I mean, he's by himself.
That makes me nervous.
Your mother looks at you and nods, right? It's in this moment when she looks at you because your mother has always loved you. She loves all of her children. But at the same time, she was never really on your side when you're like, I'm going to become a druid.
Mm-hmm.
She is just like, I love you, but this is not our way, you know? And she encouraged you to go pursue your own thing, but she's like, you don't have a place here, and I don't know how to tell you that.
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I showed a magical aptitude, and she wanted me to be a shaman, and I straight up rejected her.
And instead, you start hugging trees.
Pretty much.
Sure.
And then now he can become a rhino, so I feel like he won that battle.
A woolly rhino.
It's not really a woolly. I mean, I can become a woolly rhino. That's not really what I turned into, but it's pretty dang close. Like,
He turned into a rhino with a clean haircut.
oh, it was so much scarier than that. It was very hairy.
It was hairy and scary. As you say that, right? You see that ethereal arm appear and draw back the ethereal string and arrow as she aims at him. And I will need everybody to roll me initiative. No, everybody involved.
Oh.
You payaso.
Hey, Glenny. I apparently stole the luck.
I don't understand.
You have the good luck again. I took your dice rolls for a little bit. I have
Are you
given
giving
them
them
back.
back?
Yeah, when it
Apparently.
mattered.
I would greatly appreciate that.
Well, as someone who's about to go into combat, I greatly don't.
How's it going over there, Berta? Pretty good, eh?
I mean, it's your initiative rolls. Your initiative rolls are always good. No matter what you roll.
It can get no lower than this.
That's happened quite a few times.
He's just no a 0. I did declare I stepped over next to Bong Water.
I do declare.
What up, Bum?
Declare.
I do declare.
Declare. Yeah, man.
I do believe I have the
The thing he said, I don't know, man.
Sorry, I have to get my weather pulled up here.
How freaking dare you?
How dare
How dare him.
Remember him? He died.
Almost couldn't even win it.
How did you survive the fuck you went the last time? Oh, Darren saved me. It was a good thing he can't do that again.
My tears flow like honey.
And
Get that checked out. It's not a healthy thing.
Your tears are way too thick. That is.
How much water have you drank? I don't drink water. I live in the swamp. I just soak it up through my skin. Oh. A lot of things are making sense now. That's why you asked me to bathe you in water every night.
I heard you gotta stay hydrated. Is that what you said?
I don't know what it said.
And Eric.
28.
Of course. Why wouldn't it be? Dr. Tone.
Take the lowest number you can think of.
Now go lower.
Now make it neither
Multiply
positive
by 0.
nor negative.
Everything in this circle, that's my initiative.
I'll put you at 1.
Thanks, buddy. I'm glad someone believes in my character because he doesn't.
That's so funny.
He stood out from being called a pet.
Top of the initiative.
Isaac Tome. It will never,
In
never.
reverse initiative.
That needs to be
Reverse it.
the one day I'm actually somehow at the top of the initiative because everyone rolled 2s and 3s. That's the one day I rolled a 20.
He is going to move back
keys first?
Yes, because this was a held action.
Off the board?
Yeah, kind of off the board. Here, we can do this.
Not the rocks that we have for those who matter.
250 feet.
Oh, thanks.
That might be
Okay. Why do you tell me that?
And how many yards?
No one knows.
No one knows. He moves back into the cave, into about the center of the cave, drawing from his pouch a bottle as he chugs it and then smashes it against the empty bottle against a rock. As he does so, you see his body begin to swell, his muscles bulging out from around his scale armor.
Knowledge on my turn or right now for what that effect was?
If you do it right now, you won't be able to do anything about it until your turn.
Sure.
But yeah, you can do spellcraft.
Go on.
He drank the Kool-Aid. We just need to wait him out. So was that dark?
Battle of attrition.
I don't think we win that fight.
Manzarek.
Mother. That's
Not without the fucking
Come in the morning.
come in the morning. I am not railroading. You can leave.
well, she will not though.
No.
Yeah. I'm not believing it.
She has done this once before. She's going to do it again.
Did you
I
let both the arms? She becomes a spirit monk that shoots arms with spirit arms.
I cast where he is the center of it. Sickening Entanglement.
What's the range on that?
400 feet.
Okay, you
plus,
got him. Yeah.
What's the radius of the spell?
40 feet radius.
Alright, what's the save?
So when I open it, I cast the spell. The Balthir's Mira's pouch spends seeds everywhere, and they sort of grow like crazy. And I will need a Fortitude save on him.
Oh boy.
And I will need a Fortitude save on anybody else that might be in it.
In what range? What area?
A 40-foot radius from him.
Oh jeez.
Would you lookers, mister?
Is a 29 save.
It does save.
What does that do to him instead?
Nothing. He's just relatively light.
Oh gosh. It's happening again.
So he needs a reflex save as well. Sorry. So he needs
Do you
a
want what
reflex-
I rolled to be his reflex save, or do you want what I rolled to be the fortitude save of the next guy?
Fortitude save on the next guy.
Okay. Then I'll tell you that before I go anywhere. Does a 29 save?
Yeah.
There's a
Okay.
save.
I need.
And he gets a reflex save. A delicious, delicious reflex save. Nat 20.
Okay.
I rolled 2 19s and a 20.
I think you gave him bad luck.
Apparently.
What about a nat 1?
Okay.
Well,
So-
it's the same way.
He's entangled, and I need him to make me a reflex save or a fortitude save now.
23.
He passes.
What does entangled do?
So entangled
Does it give restraint?
causes plants to wrap around creatures in the area of effect, and those that enter the area. Creatures that fail their save gain the entangled condition. Creatures that make their save can move as normal, but those that remain in the area must save again at the end of my turn.
I will look at the thing.
Does a 20 save fort?
Yes.
Nat 20 for the reflex.
So they need to, if they pass the reflex, they don't need to do it for fortitude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Entangled creatures move at half speed, cannot run or charge, and take a -2 to attack and -4 to dex. An entangled character who attempts to cast a spell must make a concentration check of 15 plus the level of the spell or lose the spell.
So this is also going to last for the
Does
next.
12.
That fails the reflex.
That was 4. Sorry.
Okay, so that fails. He is now
Dead.
sickened for as long as he remains in the area, and will be sickened for 1d4 rounds after he leaves. So, until he leaves, and then he'll be sickened for 1 round after. He can also attempt to break the entanglement. That doesn't. He'll still be sickened in that area.
18 for.
That'll pass.
22 reflex.
That'll pass.
Ow. So,
I mean, I was just gonna try to pick him apart with arrows. I'm like,
same.
yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
Bombs.
Bombs.
23 for.
Yeah.
Nat 1 reflex.
Okay. Roll me a fort.
Why is it
The fort is for the sickening thing.
What? That's the first one.
So the reflex is for entanglement. And then if they are entangled, then they get to roll fortitude on the sickening part.
So it's sickening twice.
It's just sickening. So I just need the reflex for everyone.
Reflex to get entangled.
And if they fail the reflex,
then they roll 4.
Yeah, and if they if anybody is still in there at the end of my turn, next turn, they'll have to do it all over again.
So effectively that entire area.
Oh yeah.
So the seeds spew out. They rush into the mouth of the cave and seep into the snow. He looks down at it as suddenly vines jet up from the ground and begin to wrap around. You see his powerful legs flex as he jumps in the air, the vines missing him, as they begin to flood that entire
Is
area.
that difficult trying to do too?
I would assume so. Let me check. I don't know.
Just a before I do it.
It's funny, I've had this spell for a long time. I never can.
So much more great.
Fun on a bun.
The entire area is considered difficult terrain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What have you done?
They have to come out to us. I'm not fighting over there.
Good move. Clever move.
Clever girl.
You heard of the chainsaw build for the other tabletop RPG system that shall not be named?
Rips?
GURPS. you put down an area of entangle, but it's thorns.
Oh,
And you just
yeah.
push and pull people because every time they force movement through the thorns, they take a d4 damage.
Oh no!
We
It's
have
like
done
every-
something similar like that with the other thing that I mentioned earlier.
Cool. As you do that, right, he jumps over it, it shoots up and begins to entangle. As he lands, suddenly you see, can they move? I'm sorry, repeat again what entangle does? Does it impair their movement besides difficult terrain?
Yeah, they cannot move if they are entangled.
Okay, how do they break that?
They have to make a strength check or an escape artist check.
I don't think it's cannot be.
Let me pull it back up.
An entangled character moves at half speed, cannot run or charge, and takes a -2 penalty.
Okay,
they only
so
move at
yeah,
half speed.
if they full move,
But
round.
it's also in difficult terrain, so I don't know
Yeah.
if that.
So they begin to pour out from the mouth of the cave.
Does it look like the same bondage?
Gosh, they're still in it. Yes! 2 of them with bows and arrows ready to fire. One of them with the headdress and staff, and the other one with a drum tied to his neck and sitting on his stomach. As they suddenly begin to turn the corner, you see that one of the rangers and the far croaker, which is the bard, look sick. They do not look happy. They don't look good. But everybody else seems relatively fine. This doesn't do any damage?
I mean, other
Second
than
is
sickening.
a horrible condition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's already a -2 to attacks, and plus another -2 to attacks.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
They're not having a good day right now.
No. Everything's terrible.
So when they leave the area, we'll for how long? Second.
Ever
Moguera recognizes a magic user when she sees one. And she is going to shoot for the Far Croaker. Only one shot, though.
All it takes.
Goodbye! Goodbye, D20! Okay, I love you, bye-bye. Everything's terrible.
I get thorny entangled.
That will hit because it literally cannot miss unless you roll a net 1.
I can't push him.
Doing max damage.
Right.
As she fires, an arrow zips through the air, slamming home into the Far Croaker, hitting him in the chest, sending him staggering. Dr. Tone.
No.
Other words.
It's a range touch. Can I move in front of the lily?
You are already in front of the lily.
Can I move into the behind of the lily?
You may move into the behind of the lily. Technically, you are here. She is not taking up that much space, but
Sure. It's -2 because I'm throwing my bomb one range increment out.
how far do you want to move?
That's fine. I just needed to move like 15 feet closer so it's not 3 range increments.
Right.
If my math is right, I'm 8.
You're throwing. They are 40 feet away from you right now.
Yeah, so I'm doing 1 range increment past it's a -2.
Okay. Because you want to get dude in it.
I want to hit the same person that she hit with an arrow, but with a bomb.
Got it. What do they need to roll?
They roll nothing. I roll a range touch attack.
Oh, you think you're gonna touch this Far Croaker?
Maybe, maybe not. It's only a 10.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Neat.
What did you think, though?
And the other blue token and the guy beside them need to make reflex saves.
Man, you don't even know. You don't even know. 16? Both.
For benefit of the doubt, let's say yes.
Okay.
I'll double check that math. She'll take 8.
Okay.
And yes, they do both need to make reflex.
Okay, so this is the ranger rolling for reflex. That is a 15. Ties. So takes half.
They'll take half. So this is minimum. So the one I hit direct hit took 8. The other 2 will take 5, half if they made the save, which they both did.
Yes. So that's only 2 damage.
Correct.
Yeah.
It is still damage.
It is still delicious damage.
Also only roll a 5. And I can do that a lot more times. So aim that crossbow. Just throw it on instead.
Explosion, I assume?
Yeah, kind of.
A whoosh of fire as they kind of like throw up their hands. It melts the snow in the immediate area. As it jets around, do you take any other actions?
I have no other actions to take.
Wonderful. Tip at the top of the round. This guy.
Uh-huh.
Top of the morning to you.
Well, why?
Alright.
That's so...
Let's see.
Grade 1.
If they're second, it's -2.
It's not. Cool. He jumps
Oh!
here.
Oh!
I mean,
Acrobatics this. +9 if he's jumping. +9 to the base of his acrobatics. Whee! So and his strength is up. So you see him suddenly just yuck as he leaps through the
He's
air.
still in it.
Do what?
He's still in it.
8 times more than this.
He is right on the edge of
Still in it.
Give me a big fat break.
I will not.
Also, he can only jump as long as he has movement speed for it.
Mhm.
Not knowing his movement.
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, I took that into account
Okay.
with all of the thing and the thing. It ate up most all of his movement.
I don't like the most all.
Yeah.
I don't like that phrase.
But he is going to yuck a javelin because he has those.
Oh.
Well,
You, if you keep talking.
Many options.
here's a couple options.
It's a target-rich environment.
Moguera.
Okay.
And it's
Who's
on
gonna hand
one
it to
range increment outside of what he is capable of. Hey, Gabriela! Nat 20 Moguera! she's cool. She is a cool character.
She seems like a cool
She
target right now.
was. She was a cool character.
Oh, that will confirm. Everything is garbage.
You're killing your own.
You know,
character.
I was thinking the other day, I've never had to use my rebuke death feature.
Let's hope we don't have to.
Except for once. I had to
had
do
to
it
use it a
once.
couple times.
She looks hurt. As he lands and he throws this javelin, striking her hard as she spins in place, rending it with her good hand and dropping it. And she's like, "These guys are good shots."
Do
Everything.
you just have a weak left shoulder or something? Because they keep hitting it. Alright, so she said next to me.
Okay.
Just be near her, around.
By the way, I accidentally skipped him. That's why he went in the initiative when he went. I'm going to put him in his regular place in the initiative.
Which is now.
No. With a 28, Manzarek, you're top of the initiative. Everything is garbage.
So he's on the edge, correct?
Uh-huh. That's why nobody else moved. They had to double move, and they only got that far because they're small creatures. This ambush didn't work out how I wanted it to.
Yeah, you control the battlefield.
Yeah, I see that.
So I'm
My
gonna move-
plan to eat up all of his spells is working.
I'm gonna move 15 feet up, and then I cast Stone Discus.
Excellent. Bomb.
Becomes a disco.
And I get 2 attacks on him, ranged attacks.
Look straight up. He becomes a disc golfer with stone disc.
Yeah.
The goal is the guy's face.
Okay, so does a 17 hit him?
No.
Okay, didn't think so. Oh my gosh, and a 16. No. Okay. I will, however, go ahead and need them to do reflex saves again for me. And fortitude saves.
Everybody?
Everybody.
So reflex first.
yeah, everybody that is not already sickened.
Well, he rolled an 18 on the die.
Okay, that'll pass.
So he's fine. There's one ranger that's still in bad shape. 15?
That does not pass. So, fortitude.
16.
That does not pass.
Gah.
So he is sickened.
Great! Great! This is what I like to be.
You just put a javelin through Manzarek's mother.
That's my character! I'm kicking my ass, do you mind?
No one gets to kick my ass except me.
I'm the one who gets.
Like that one room. Gives me nightmares. Me and Rise of the Rune Lords.
15.
No. Yeah, reflex or fortitude.
20.
That does pass.
Great.
So he's still just entangled.
Great. She. So, as they run to the mouth of the cave, you see them covered in these sickening, irritating vines, right? They're trying to rip them off of themselves as they run to where they are. You see Zigar jump, completely clearing the vast majority of this before he lands on the edge. You see it begin to reach up around him as he swipes with his sword, knocking it away. The rest of them, all of them, are now entangled or sickened.
Okay.
As it seeps on them, you chant in tone, rising up to Stone Discus like you're an earthbender, throwing it at him as he grabs one, throwing it to the ground and smashing the other one like a clay pigeon.
Rayado, since
That
he's
wasn't
now on the
personal.
edge of it, he will go up and meet Zigar.
Ziga.
It's 35
Close.
feet.
Close.
Okay, I think you're all within relative close
No.
of the battle.
No, that's good. Amos doesn't appreciate my joke.
Oh, why? Why not?
Close, but no cigar.
Like, comment, and subscribe if you didn't or do like that.
So like, subscribe.
Yeah.
And he missed his attack.
Follow and click that big button. Smash that bell.
What do you get?
I missed. It doesn't matter.
Great.
Get me out of this.
How about no?
Hey, man, no, you freaky.
D4 for duration of sickness.
Okay, so those two that just left, the one closest to me is sickened for 4 more rounds, and the other one is also sickened for 4 more rounds.
You want to keep track of it with the D4? And on top of them?
If you could do that, that'd be great. I have
Yeah,
a lot more to keep up with. If
Let's
y'all want to do
just
that,
put a
that'd be
D4
great.
on. No, not that guy. On the red ones.
Put it on the 4.
Yep.
Put it on
And
the,
then we're going to track it.
there you go.
Click it down.
It's not a.
Yep, it is.
Whatever.
You have to make a
So,
constitution.
-2, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So, that almost negates their favorite enemy as they shoot at you.
Okay.
22, 23, 24.
That'll hit.
You take 6 points of damage from the first arrow.
Okay.
Same thing from the second guy. You take 5 points of damage from the second arrow. As they run up, draw their bow, fire at their favorite enemy, and then go.
Nice, just like.
Zagar is going to step out of that.
Provoke.
It's not.
It's not pretty. But he is out.
Does a 26 hit him?
Yeah. Why wouldn't it?
Oh, that sucks. 4 points of damage.
Delicious.
Ew.
You want to take another one?
Yeah! No.
Okay.
I mean, unless a 12 hits him.
So he.
I don't think so.
Not even close. So he squares up with the raptor. He goes to move as Rayado cuts into his thigh. He tries to deathly maneuver. As he steps out of the vines, you see one catch his webbed little foot as he just kind of poof into the snow, and then he stands back up and he's like,
Need to do that?
he's a scary character. Be afraid of him.
Falls down in the snow.
In the snur.
It's the snurker.
There. Provokes.
Oh, well,
Easy.
he doesn't have
No
a
combat
problem.
reflexes. Ha! This frog moves here as he begins to croak out. You see this croak begins to bolster all of the other Bogart in the area, and I will need Rayado, Manzarek, Dr. Tone.
Save versus fear.
Yes. And Moguera to roll me a will save.
20.
Good.
23
Good.
and 20 something.
Both
26.
good. Fine. Whatever. So he runs up, and you see his eyes just shift to either side as his vocal pouch just swells out, and he begins to make this sound. Bruh. Okay. So she can get there.
One part.
Is he big bird?
Big bird.
My gird.
Oh, big voice for there. So do you want to just make it 4, just to make it easy?
What?
Because it's a D4 every time they leave the area. For how long they're sickened, if they're still sickened.
Yeah, these other ones get it as well. That one's 4. That one's 1. Okay. So literally all of them are sickened for 4 except for that one. Oh, I never rolled. No, Zagar never got affected.
Yeah,
So just that one blue is sickened
That's
to the end of the next turn.
1.
No. Okay.
I don't need that. Thank you, though.
Heavy.
Platypus? A plumber, the platypus? Harry the plumber platypus? I don't mean to well
I can go up and down all those hops and fucking go coins. It's crazy.
She chants and tones, pointing.
Oh no.
As you see a swarm of bats manifest from the ether above all of you. They begin to swirl and attack all of you.
Oh,
Oh yeah. Dr. Tone, you take a single point of damage. Well, Guerra takes 4 points. Of course she does. Why wouldn't she? And Manzarek, you take 3 points of damage. You each take 1 point of bleed. And that's it. Moguera is sick of their bullcrap. She is going to fire twice at the Swamp Seer. That will strike. That will also strike. She's going to shoot once. I changed my mind. Yeah. Doing 8 points of damage.
reasons?
Probably needs to move.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be in this one.
Put her on the fire.
She gets in the fire. She's now on fire. This frog is on fire!
I was gonna heal you and the mother at the same time.
You can come over here and heal me, I'm fine. Her?
AoE healing?
Yeah, any kind of healing, I'll take it. Dr. Tone.
I have plenty uses of those.
Alright, Chewbacca, let's go.
I'm going to.
Bats for days.
Sorry.
We can't stay here. This is bad country.
Can you move me just out of the swarm of bats? Yeah, sure. I pulse positive golden energy. Hacha!
You heard it here first, folks.
Oh, sure.
For 6.
Kachiga. Kachiga.
Does that hit?
Yes.
It hits everyone but.
Rihanna.
No, here's Rayon. He's within 20.
He is not.
Then move me 5 feet closer so I can hit Rayon. Now I'm within 20. So
Yeah.
I do have selective channeling, so I don't heal the Grippli. I don't heal the Boggart.
The boggart.
Sorry.
I was like, whoa.
You heard it here
Naming's the
first,
racist
folks. They didn't hear the Gripplies.
The Bard.
You can only be have racism thrown at you so many times before you just start running back. I heal all allies for 6, and I yell at Bombard. I was like, it would be really nice to have a giant clawed dinosaur in this fight.
I'm working on it!
How do I help?
You know what it's like trying to get a cow to attack somebody?
No.
Neither do I.
What's a cow?
Just a thought I had.
How are we speaking?
That is utterly useless.
Don't talk to me, no move.
I go croak, croak, ribbon, croak, croak, ribbon.
Very easy.
That is my turn.
That "Don't talk to me, no moo" was funny, but nobody. Anyway,
It was, but I was thinking of my joke. And
I was too busy thinking about that.
so you step over and you're like, which one of you did that?
Thank you.
I didn't
You
touch the
raised your hand.
table.
You cast force or
It was
something.
me, I'm sorry.
You step to the side and you're like, Rayado! And Menzeric's like, he's not out of range. And then you step forward and you're like, Rayado! As you channel a burst of golden energy as you all stop your bleeding and go,
And stay close together.
For the swarms.
Menzeric.
Do it.
Do it.
Don't.
Rayado can take it.
Do it.
He can take it.
Do
I
it.
can bring it back.
What is the worst thing that happens?
I need.
Just do it.
Not could happen, just what's the worst thing that happens?
I
It's
don't.
that one.
I
Happens
don't
all
know.
the time.
I don't know if I should do that one.
Do it.
Just do it.
Okay,
Do it.
who is
Do it. It is your destiny.
who is
Who?
the boggart that cast that?
He's the
The
one with the
smaller
dice
dice?
on him.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I assume so, but I wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
They can cast while sickened, right?
I thought it was a
Go double check.
concentration. Or was that the entangled?
That's intended.
Yeah, everybody's out of Thorn Valley.
Yes.
No,
They
I'm
just get a -2. To
I'm not gonna do that spell. That's
Chicken.
well, no, I don't think it's gonna work out.
You won't know until you try.
It's true.
You never stop if you don't glow.
I cast. I am going to get out of that. I'm going to move 10 feet away. Towards my mom, yeah. So I'm out of it. So 15 feet. And I cast on myself a spell as if I am drinking black blood.
What does that mean? What?
Does that do acid damage?
Yeah, that's it.
What does that do? What does that mean?
We'll see.
I kind of feel like I need to know.
I don't know if you need to know yet because nothing's happening. Spells caustic blood.
Oh, yeah,
Like,
you talked about that.
Okay.
Does it do acid or cold?
You take no other actions?
I take no other action. This next turn, I'm going to turn into a big thing. I'm going to go wreck some folks!
T-Rex.
You heard it here first, folks.
Sign over here. Rex him.
Just randomly, the audio
So
just
they
doesn't
take.
work.
They're sickened for one fewer round.
Oh, and then he's going to attack.
Trace.
Leoto's going to
Trace.
go
Down
ham.
3.
Reading.
The other red one is also at 3.
It's fine. It's fine.
So Rayato attacks.
Nope.
Misses.
Nope.
Probably not 15.
No.
So misses 14. Golly, what the heck?
Pulling Delaney.
Six.
Nothing over a 10.
So
Yeah, not a single one over 10.
you see Rayado jump to the attack as this Boggart deftly ducks, shifts, and blocks, parrying the dinosaur's advances.
Alright, I attack.
I don't like you that way. Do you take any actions?
No.
Yep.
All right.
Here comes. We got this.
Here comes the pain train. Both of these are aimed at
Right there.
Menzeric.
Amen.
One's aimed at Menzeric, one's aimed at
That
Blue.
was in the back of my head. Pow, pow.
So the one aimed at Menzeric, 19.
Nope.
No.
Okay. The one aimed at Moguera.
Yep.
Of
course it does.
Yes. Of course it does.
Called it. Doesn't count.
Switch that to negatives.
Did she go down?
Sure. Thanks to you. She's still good. She is good.
Oh, he has like trace. So it's
Does a 27 hit Rayano?
Yup.
Yep.
dealing 13 points of damage.
Uh-oh.
Does a 22 hit Rihanna?
Yep. No.
No?
No.
So as Rayado is biting at this boggart and he begins to shift and move away from it, he takes his sword, I'm calling it a sword, brings it up and strikes Rayado in the jaw, who suddenly begins to backtrack as he slams the second attack into the snow, kicking up the dust, and begins to walk towards your raptor, who took a heavy hit.
Farcroaker's turn. Everything is terrible. He's going to maintain his performance.
Oh no. Might put a gag order on him.
I don't have this one silence. I do have a bomb type. I think it called silencing bombs. It creates like a concussive blast that silences in the area for a brief second, so it stops.
He chants and tones, pointing at Zagar. You see this aura spread over Zagar.
The Swamp Seer's turn.
She doesn't see any swamp. They changed into her.
It's just
No more swamps to see.
Gone. Frozen.
can't do that.
Because she's not in the swamp.
I need a fortitude save from Dr. Tone.
Uh-oh.
I'm surprisingly good at these. Also, is this a poison effect?
No.
Matters.
Is it a fear effect?
23.
With a 23, she points at you, and you see this burst of light right in front of your face as you're like, yeah.
It's a lata, not lada. It's very different.
Leviosa.
I appreciate the attempt.
Cannon hand.
Hey, what was it that? Never mind, carry on.
What?
No, it's not important.
No, it doesn't matter.
These guys are going to move into this square.
That's gonna matter.
That will matter.
Is it? What kind of damage do they do?
Bat damage.
Is it piercing, slashing, bludgeoning?
Crushing.
I'll call it piercing.
Okay,
That's
it will matter.
diarrhea.
Or I'll call it slash.
Okay, still matters.
6 points of damage.
Plus 1 bleed.
Yes.
Okay.
And 5 points of damage plus 1 bleed to Manzera.
Okay, and they take 12, 22,
My God.
26, 32 points of corrosive damage from my blood.
That lasts for rounds per level. Hit me. I dare.
What was the damage you did to me? I didn't even write it down. I was too busy.
5+1.
I was so excited to roll the damage. I was so excited to roll the damage.
He says, bats are now an endangered animal.
Everything's gonna be an endangered animal when I'm done with it.
Not any specific species.
You're a druid.
I am nature.
I love the plants, not the bats. So, the bats begin to swarm. You see them cover Manzarek like the antagonist off We're Back with a bunch of crows. They cover him from head to toe as they just kind of... And then you see them go and just drop to the ground like ginkgo leaves after the first frost. Just... Anybody knows what that looks like. So now there's a pile of dead bats at your feet. Fun. Muguera's turn.
What? Just what? How? What?
But for why, though? She's going to shoot at the far croaker. That will hit the far croaker. That will kill the far croaker.
Oh boy.
Far croaker only had 3 HP left.
Oh.
Whose is this?
Guns.
And with her second shot, she's going to shoot the swamp seer.
It's not the same.
She misses. Not a 1.
That hurt. I'm sorry. I was just taking
sounded
my
like
jacket
something-
off.
You're trying to do what?
I was just trying to take my jacket off. I didn't hear what you thought I heard. I don't know what's going on. Carry on.
I thought you said exactly what you thought you said. She fires. The arrow zips past her ear, not striking her target. Dr. Tone, you're up.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. We just burning through these rounds. Which is fun because in the next round something crazy happens.
1d6 corrosive blood.
It's per caster.
Per caster level.
1d6 points of acid damage plus 1 point for 2 levels.
That is not what I'm reading.
Corrosive blood?
Caustic blood.
Okay, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
That's a level 4 spell, my guy.
Okay.
So it's probably the level 4 variant of the spell that you looked up.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool, cool,
this
cool.
thing does
So I was like,
16
that's really cool.
points. Oh, they do get a reflex save for half. Sorry.
Half would head still kill.
Yeah.
Oh.
They're small winged mammals.
Yeah.
The only flying mammals.
So I sort of take out this
Penguins?
cure moderate potion,
Pickles.
and I do that thing you did earlier where I take the two, put them together, shake them up, and just say, "Hey man, Zarek, hold this."
Mugueta's like,
And he's also not in a good way.
oh, okay.
That's why I cast this, so they're not wanting to hit me.
So he is healed for 14.
Question mark.
We are both healed for 5.
Oh, nice.
As I use a charge of my bomb in a cure moderate wounds potion to create a healing bomb.
I love the idea that you're just like, and Zarek, hold this. Okay, why? Oh my. Oh.
This is surprisingly helpful.
The glass went inside my skin and it helped me.
It's like a glitter bomb. It's surprising, but also a little fabulous.
I'm so glad that worked.
Wait, there was a chance it didn't.
I didn't get these stars for nothing.
Tingle, 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 tingle.
What?
Yep, you heard me. Do you take any other actions?
Yeah. I am just going to simply move away from Benzeric and Legore on the other side of Lily. No, like, horizontally. Yes, sir?
You take any other actions?
No.
Okay. So you hand him the healing bombs, which seems like a oxymoron. I was like onomatopoeia.
No.
I mean,
I can also
Healing bomb.
I can also turn my arrows into those, but that uses a lot of things and is bad if I miss.
Manny Z.
I will move forward 15 feet and wild shape
It's time again. The rhino coming.
into a cave bear, a dire bear. Oh, 5 more feet. Yes.
And wild shape doesn't provoke.
It's not, no. And then
Oh, gross.
Rayado is going to do his thing.
Is
Because it's
wild
standard action.
Wild shape standard.
so he's now playing.
I have a thing that I'm going to get that makes it where it's an immediate action. That'd be exciting.
Gross.
Don't have it yet.
Nope.
So that misses.
Let's do
Okay, so does a 21 hit?
Sorry, question. If you enlarge into somebody's attack square, does that provoke?
The spell effect itself is instantaneous, so I would say no.
Okay. Because you
Movement
can
is
move
like
into somebody's attack square, but you can't move through someone's.
For the same reason that
Yes.
force movement doesn't provoke.
So 21?
To hit him?
Yeah.
Yep, that'll hit him.
So the second one will hit. Nat 20.
Crit threat, roll to confirm.
18 to confirm.
That will not confirm.
Okay, so the second one will hit.
Get a roll for 10.
19
That will not hit.
and a 20, not natural.
20 will hit.
Okay.
I'm sorry, no, it won't.
Over and over.
Did you roll 20 before? That first hit was it a 20?
The second hit was
No, the second hit because it was a 22 or 21.
the
21 will not hit.
21 won't hit. Wasn't it 20? You rolled a 12.
Yeah, I goofed. I'm sorry.
I don't
You
know
rolled
which
it.
one that was though.
You rolled a 12 as your third attack.
It was my third attack? Okay, so only the first 2 hit then.
Okay, come at me, bro.
So 8 points of damage, followed by 8 points of damage.
You're nothing but consistent.
And nothing can take that away.
Rayado bites onto this Boggart and begins to claw at him as he reaches up with his free hand, holding Rayado at bay by the throat. No other actions?
That'll be it.
All right.
Are the red ones the Rangers? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Okay.
You know.
And that blue one has no sickness to it.
No, the blue one still does. That other blue one was dead.
No, the other blue one had it. This
The other blue one
don't.
had it. This one doesn't.
No, this one, why we didn't put a dice on that one is because it has the same as the other two. I rolled a 4 for that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that you rolled a 4 and died.
No, that one I rolled a 1 on. That far one was a 1. This one was a 4. So this one has the same status effect as those other two.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not a Grippli anymore.
I'm not a Grippli anymore.
But a nat 20 will still hit you.
Okay, I need a reflex save. Which one hit me? Oh, never mind.
The way that's worded, it doesn't matter, does it?
No, it's gotta be within 10 feet.
Does a 22 hit you?
Yes.
Okay.
No, it just only moves 10 feet when you get hit, don't it?
I think you don't range on it. It's only 10 feet. Yeah, you don't look it up.
I'll look it up. I got you.
7 points.
Okay.
I'll see what-
Yeah, big scary dire bear. Why not?
Yes.
21.
That will hit. I need some armor and watch it.
7 points of damage as 2 arrows slam home. Zagar is going to try to attack Rayado. Because that's the only thing just messing him up. Does a 33
Yep.
hit?
So, you know, it doesn't matter. It goes 10 feet in that direction.
Oh.
15 points of damage.
Nothing would be within 10 feet though in that direction.
Nope.
No. Okay, what?
15 points of damage.
Okay.
That could matter for later.
20.
That does not hit.
Okay. Holding Rayado by the throat, you see him crack down against Rayado, who screams out in pain. And as he goes to hit again, Rayado pushes away from him as he just swipes into the nothingness. The Far Croaker is very dead.
He does continue with burn damage.
For 1 round. And the save only stops that additional round. Not halves it. Yeah.
No, the reflex halves the initial damage, plus the second round is negated. But it's so it's 2 reflex saves. The first one halves, the second one.
Provokes from Rayado.
Okay. As a 23 hit
Yes.
23 will strike.
with 7 points of damage.
She takes the hit. She casts on the defensive.
Is the range of your bear 10 feet? Is the range of your bear 10 feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you already cast on the defensive, right?
Does it not for both?
No, it's just one.
Great. As she runs up, lays a hand on Zagar's back, and you see this green glow shoot from her into him, and you see his wounds heal.
Hey, that's cheating.
Yeah, only we are allowed to do that. Moguera
Hey!
is going to continue her assault
On the caster.
on the caster,
Oh,
dealing 9 points of damage.
Die.
That won't hit. She is not doing well with those second hits.
Sounds like she needs a hand.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to give you acknowledging the joke. That's my bad. I'll personally reflect upon this and be better.
You think about what you're doing.
No one thinks Shane's as funny as Shane does. Dr. Tone.
You're a giant bear.
He's a
Like
big bear
Wara
killing.
looks still kind of not great, but is in the fight.
Yeah. You don't have death goggles on?
My actions have been far more useful in other things.
I don't have Smashy Guy here to prevent stuff from being alive.
Kind of. Having a giant meat shield in the way kind of helps me not have to heal as many people. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take up bomb number 3. I'm going to point at the spellcaster and be like, I really hope your touch save is low.
It ain't that low.
It's in that one.
Falls from his hand.
Pick a direction. No, like, I've already rolled the random direction, so pick which way is 1. That way. It lands on his tile.
On Manzarix?
The black tile.
Zagar?
Cigar. So
You rolling that
He
one?
rolled a nat 1.
You're not going to hit an enemy with a nat 1. Yeah. That ain't how that do.
So you hit Manzarek.
So, you throwing?
It's a bomb.
So you rear back, you throw. As you do, you hit the spellcaster. It kind of bounces off their head. Rayado spins, hitting it with his tail. It flies over. Manzarek roars when the arrows strike him. He hits it in the air. You see it, and it lands in that puddle. You see fish.
That's so nice. That was way nicer than you needed to be.
All of you are like, huh.
Uh,
I like how Bert points for Berta, who's like, no, I hit the other guy instead.
That's how it works.
On my nat 1, it isn't. It never has been.
Maybe not for that one. But if I miss her, there's rolls for it.
Okay.
Move me 5 feet diagonally towards Manzarek.
Live it.
Are you good?
You're just like, I couldn't do that again if I tried. Do you take any other actions?
No.
Cool.
No more actions.
Cool.
That was way nicer.
It really was. We appreciate it.
Berta almost killed Manzarek.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you know,
Is it very snowy?
You know who still has school
Wildly
tomorrow?
Is it sticking to the roads?
But not really.
Manzarek, top of the round.
Okay. 3 attacks going to Cigar. 14.
No.
18.
No.
So everything misses.
Okay.
Rayado is going to full round retreat.
Okay.
Provoking from her right here.
On a full round retreat?
Full round doesn't provoke.
Yes, it doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't provoke on the first 5 feet. After that, it doesn't. I have looked this up recently.
Okay.
Hang on.
There's a feat that you can take that extends it
So
to
you're,
10 feet.
you're telling me he couldn't go.
Into the
He's an animal. He's not going to figure that out.
It's entanglement right there.
14.
No, that doesn't happen.
Okay. So Rayado snaps as you give the retreat command, and Rayado's like, peace! Just like that episode of Walking with Dinosaurs. You still have bear actions.
No, I already attacked.
Oh, you already attacked?
Oh yeah, he
Wow.
missed.
Oh yeah, you attacked. And then so as you swing at Zagar, he ducks, spinning around as he catches your paw with the hilt of his club, and he just turns and looks up at you with that sinister Bogart grin.
He's about to
That's fine.
ready you. With a club?
Oh no.
However, if you withdraw, you can move up to double his speed.
Still get attacked.
Yeah.
Right?
So you get to move.
The square you are standing in is not considered. That's not considered. It's just that square.
I
found a feat that allows you to do 10 feet.
So as you're staring off with Zagar, the ground. As you see Lily walk up and Bong Water is sitting on the back of her head, and she swings down, swiping into the seer, the swamp seer, sending the swamp seer skittering across the ground. As Bong Water goes, "I have good news."
Are you rolling like handle animal checks every single
everybody.
time?
No, I rolled a d6 to see how long it'd take him to get his crap together.
And it was 6.
It was so long. Kinda.
Y'all were stressing for no reason.
Rayana's in the single digits. I have every reason to be stressed.
I can't really effectively heal that far out of range.
It's fine. I'd rather just be out of
Yep. Did you attack and hit her?
Can I also go into the box?
No, but Max's mom's about to die.
No. So lazy.
Oh, that's the thing I have to do.
What?
From
You see arrows fly out from both archers, slam home into Lily, who's just kind of like, she doesn't care.
You're a Bronto.
The hunters are like, cool. What's the level of the spell? Level 4. I'm going to say DC 14 for him to notice what it did to those bats.
Okay.
So he's going to roll perception.
Do you want the DC for what it actually is?
to notice what it do?
Just like
the DC of the
the
spell.
DC of the spell.
What's the DC as well?
19.
19? Sure. We'll let that be it.
But that's a reflex save.
Yeah.
And then 18, he doesn't notice what it did to those bats, and he's going to try to hit you.
Okay.
Here comes
The pain train.
It goes both ways this time.
does a 30 hit you?
Yep.
17 points of damage.
Okay.
He gets a reflex,
Yep.
Wait, hang on. What kind of weapon's he attacking with?
a slashing weapon.
I thought you said a club.
It's a club with single shots on it.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know.
We're not changing what it does.
17.
Okay, that fails. And blood
Yes, to
spews
make a
out of me.
second one.
I want to see it
Or
from this side.
takes 19 points of damage. And then he needs a second save.
No.
Second reflex?
Yeah.
What are some of the reflexes? 24?
Yeah, that saves.
Okay. So what's that one for?
So it continues to burn you
For one more round.
for one more round.
Gross.
Not as much, but
So-
Well, it's
it's one for typicals.
yeah. So for 3 rounds.
1 round, 1d6 for every typical.
Oh yeah, 1 round, 3d6. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. He slices.
I knew that.
He slices up into you as you spew the caustic blood all over him. He screams out, looking at his skin as it starts to sizzle and burn. You see rage fill his eyes as he looks over the battlefield, unable to really get to anyone else except the Dino Kairos. And he's just kind of like, in for penny and for pound, as he swings at you again.
Okay.
21.
Does it do it? Anytime you take damage, yeah. So that will not hit.
Okay.
Oh yes, it will. It will because I'm wild shaped. But I'll take the damage.
15 points of damage.
I am unconscious. However,
You're still standing.
Better than he
28.
ever did. How much?
28 points of damage. I just need a second reflex. Oh, did he do his first reflex?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Second reflex. Sorry, I'm 8. 8.
Just 8.
Yeah. So, he does. So next turn, he will continue to burn.
Great. That's my favorite thing. Are you unconscious?
He's at
I'm
0.
at 0.
Okay. So as he hits you, you kind of drop to all fours, giving out that kind of moanful groan as you just steady yourself looking at him as he stands over you.
Bill shot from the range.
Will not hit. Does a 25 hit you?
Yeah. From which one?
Oh gosh, he's within 10 feet. This won't hit me. Dealing 6 points of damage.
Okay. I need a reflex.
Do you unwild check when you go down?
I don't know. I'll check into that.
Never expected to go down.
Oh, I definitely did.
9.
Oh, he's super dead. 32 points of damage. And I need another reflex save. Never mind.
As he fires an arrow at you, it hits you, drop. He goes, ha! Like Dracula dead and loving it. Just. I'm melting! Oh, God, what a world! What a world! Like a mogwai that saw the sun.
Nobody touched him, and yet he dies.
This is fun. This is fun. And Zarek. Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
I do think he would unshake because it says the ability functions as the V-shaped one spell, and the moment you go down from the spell,
Okay.
the spell fizzles.
I fail.
How do you fail?
Yeah.
You don't have rebuke then?
I do.
Because it's 10 plus the damage you're below or up. And what do you add to it?
Plus your constitution modifier. So I just took 1 point of damage. I got a 9. DC was 10. I got a 9.
I saw you roll a 12.
Yeah. It's 10. So I rolled a 12, minus 7, minus 6. So it's 6 plus 3. Brought it to 9.
Oh. Yeah, that's more than 8.
Or just 10 plus the 6 damage you needed to pass, and then
Yeah. I mean, that's technically how it is, but yeah.
15 versus the 16. It's like 9.
I need to roll a 14 or higher. Let's stay plus.
So you hit the ground. Zagar stands over you. He rolls the club in hand, right? He steps up with a grin, grabbing the handle with both hands. As he rears up, you see Lil. You don't. Everyone involved.
Oh, on his turn, he still takes that other.
It's not his turn.
Okay.
Lily reaches over, boom, and slams against Zagar, sending him sliding across the ground. As he holds his chest, blood falling to the snow. As he looks up, Bongwater looks down at him from atop Lily and says, "Get away from my nephew."
I am not.
An arrow flies up and slams home into Bongwater, who slides across Lily's neck, barely hanging on with a climb check. He is hanging on. As he cries out in pain, looking down at the arrow launched in his side, but he is still alive and still steering Lily. Zagar, unfortunately, is still alive.
10 points of damage.
Zagar, unfortunately, is no longer alive.
Woo! I bled on him to death.
As the arrow hits Bongwater, Lily is turned to one side. Zagar watches this as he looks at you. He begins walking towards you, right? He says, "Nah, I will end this bloodline." As he holds up the sword, his flesh begins falling from the bone as his skeleton and very few patches of flesh and sinew are all that holds him together, as he is just, his bones are fused by the caustic blood, and there he stands, a morbid statue in his last dying moments, trying to kill you.
Eat it. Eat it.
Nice.
The last ranger sees this happen.
Run.
He drops his bow. And just like that,
It triggers a response from Rayada where you must hunt. I'm just kidding.
Oh, that guy's dead.
and just like that, we're out of combat. We're going to take a short break. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a minute. See ya.
I will heal Manzeric.
Pause for healing.